What up, guys? This is the Pacific Revision. We are back once again. Hockey's best podcast hosted by two Hispanics. I said it. I am one of your hosts, Miguel. Hi. Hola. ¿Cómo están? Alongside me is my co-host, Erick. Say hello.
Buenos dias. I'm trying to think of another Latino Hispanic run hockey show.
It doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
They know they only would play second fiddle to us, so they didn't even bother.
And you know how much I love winning by default.
You know what I mean? I'll take it.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll take gold. I'll take gold in a one-man race any day. You know what
absolutely,
I mean?
Absolutely. It's been you know what's funny? The election just happened. Hope everyone voted. My dream is always to just win a position that no one wanted, and then I somehow have to figure out a job.
I've always thought about running for office of some kind.
Yeah, you want like some non-important
dinky government. Just to do it. You know what I mean?
Just to say you got to vote in some sort of a...
And I will literally just speak my mind, and not in the racist way. Just in a way where I'm like,
thank you for clarifying.
I'll drop cursive curse words. And I think I could win the young vote. Even though I'm not young myself anymore, I feel like I can win the young vote. You know what I mean?
I just love the idea of like, what's the obscure government, but like Miguel Nunez, comptroller. These budgets are fucked up. Ladies and gentlemen.
I just look at them like, yeah, they are.
They're fucked up. You guys are idiots for voting me in. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm your idiot. Ladies and gentlemen, vote for me.
Either way,
2025.
We are back, and there's some news this week. But before we get into the news, let's just a little bit of catch up. Catch up, you know what I mean? Let's get some catch up with your hot dog for our respective teams, the Golden Knights and the Los Angeles Kings.
Actually, can we start with the bad news first? Because I want to end with this stuff. I want to vent, Miguel. I want to vent. It's been 4 days, and that seems too damn long. All right.
Okay, drop it.
Boston Bruins. Holy shit! The bar was low. The bar was low, and you tripped over it.
Boston Bruins. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Miguel, the bar is low, and they somehow hit all the bar.
This is disgusting. This is bad. A real bad look for that franchise.
It's unnecessary. It was lazy. It's insulting to all of us. It's insulting to people that this affects directly. It's just insulting all around. So, Miguel, last week, all right, we record our podcast. Hey, surprise signing by the Boston Bruins. They signed Mitchell Miller, who not a good person, Miguel. Fun fact. Terrible person.
Pretty terrible freaking person. So, for those who don't know, originally Arizona Coyotes drafted him. The news came out. He's a piece of shit. He bullied another kid, a kid with a learning disability. Bullied him. Did a bunch of messed up shit that I don't even want to talk about on here. Recorded it, all the bad stuff. And so then when that stuff came out, Arizona rescinded their draft pick.
And they're also a bunch of idiots.
Mitchell Miller went undrafted then. Went to go play some league, I don't know.
Fucking cares.
And then Boston Bruins sneakily was like, hey.
Surprise, guys. Remember this asshole?
I think we can get this guy because no one else picked him up. And people will get mad, but then they'll forget about it. And we have a young player that might be good.
Yeah.
But no, as Superbad once said, people never forget.
No, and they don't forgive either.
People never forget.
And the whole thing, like we could summarize the whole thing. Like they signed him one day, they've already let him go technically, but also since they signed him to a contract, they need to figure out if it's a buyout or a fucking release, unconditional release, or it's just been a whole goddamn mess, and it all comes down to them not talking to anybody or not caring to talk to anybody, Miguel. Because they look at their prospect system maybe, and they're like, this isn't that bad. We've mortgaged a lot of our futures recently, and this is the last year to go for it. So what do? Free person, Miguel.
You know what's crazy? And I don't want to get too deep into it. Boston, for Americans, for those outside of America, if you listen to this, Canadians, whoever, if you don't know, Boston generally is considered somewhat of a racist
They do
place.
have a lot of cases with players like on the Boston Celtics, Red Sox. Like it's genuinely an unfavorable place to play if you're a visiting athlete who also happens to be a person of color.
Yes, it's so to draft a kid who did, I mean, a lot of racist shit,
And
said
it's
some
and it's
racist
and it's
words.
complicated. It's simple in the fact of what they did was fucked up and they should have never done it. But it's complicated because, dude, if you're a Bruins fan, this fucking ruins your day. Like if you like, why would you want to root for this kid ever? Like
So
they've
the
proven that they haven't done any
whole
work or anything.
allegedly, not allegedly, I'm gonna say it's true, 100% fact. He never apologized to the family
That
and to the
is
kid he
that is
bullied.
straight from their the child's. Well, I guess he's a man now, or like a 20-year-old man now.
Yeah,
Like
I think they're 20
mother,
now.
yeah, and the victim and the mother, both of them has said explicitly, like, this fucker never apologized.
Apparently, he one time sent a Snapchat saying he's sorry, and that's it. And that's it. For bullying, beating up, saying racial slurs, saying the worst shit, making them eat a piss covered lollipop. Just vile, nasty, disgusting human being. And sent an apology to the NHL, and way before he ever even apologized to the victim and his family.
And like, it's a bad decision by Bruins management at the fact that they have to coordinate a social media thing because they know what's going to happen. They knew, and they decided to do it anyway and figure it out. And they sent people like Patrice Bergeron and Nick Foligno to talk to the media, and even them. Miguel, in terms of like hockey terms, them saying like it's not something we'd support, and if he was the same kid, he wouldn't be welcome here. Like
Yep.
that's basically the hockey equivalent of "fuck off." This is
Yeah.
bullshit. And I don't like. Do they just think people are stupid? Like, do they think that winning is that much important? Like, I don't understand. In what world do you think this is going to be a good decision, and in what world it's worth it? Because what's the one thing we always talk about in hockey? Hard work, dedication, doing things the right way. But not if you can win? Like, come on. And if you think about it, Miguel, you know what's a fascinating thing that I've started thinking about it? Like, if you think about this as a job, because it is a job for the players, you know what I mean? I get to play a game, but it's their job. If you had a coworker who you knowingly knew did this shit, never apologized, has not worked on being a better person, why the fuck would you want to work with them?
Exactly. Like, I mean, how do I say this? I have a strong like morality with this kind of stuff. I just don't put up with it.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. I hate it. I don't want to be around it. I don't want to be work with it. I don't want to have friends. Like none of that stuff. It's just nasty, disgusting stuff. And they use the excuse, oh, he was a kid, he was 14. I wasn't doing that shit when I was 14. No one I knew was doing that kind of shit at 14 years old. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and then if you want to play devil's advocate, all right. He was a kid, right? 14 years old. And that's something
yeah.
we kept hearing multiple times over and over and over again. If you want to play devil's advocate, right? And say, no, this dude deserves a second or third chance, right? We all make mistakes.
Yes.
Then you have to put in equal the amount, if not more work, to then make up for anything. Work towards that shit.
Yeah.
And at the bare minimum, the victim and like his family never has to forgive him. And that's not up to them. But you have to show them that you've grown and worked as a person. And they're just being like, he fucked up when he was a kid and that's it. Like, he doesn't deserve his whole life to ruin. Well, then, but he deserves his whole life to then work at it. Work hard to be a better person. Work hard to then, have a privilege to play a goddamn game for a living.
And that's, I mean, we'll leave it at that. The one thing that I loved, and it's 100% true, that the mother said, playing professional sport of any kind is a privilege, not a right.
No.
And that man, that kid, that whatever you want to call him, lost the privilege.
Yeah, and he might have been a kid when he did it, but if you want to treat him as an adult now, he's an adult now, and he hasn't fucking shown any remorse or work.
Clearly, no, showing no remorse. Yeah, so fuck that kid.
Also, have to waste a goddamn time for us having to talk to him. And fuck the Boston Bruins for not the team. The team handled it great. The players, I feel bad for that, having to figure that shit out. I'm assuming the vast majority of Boston Bruin fans were pissed off for like 5 days, and having to put up with this bullshit. And now they're gonna hear about it forever.
Great thing. Universally, Boston Bruin fans all were 100% against this. So like every Boston fans, Boston players, awesome, good job. Boston office, fuck you.
Fucking talk.
And then you go on and say, then you go on and say they didn't know the extent of the shit he did. I'm like,
fucking Google.
You're an idiot.
Like, you could do anything.
Research.
You could do literally any sort of work, and it would have been 100 times more than they actually did.
Either way,
that felt good. I fucking hate these guys.
Let's move on.
Miguel, it's been 3 episodes, 3 weeks of the Pacific Revision. Technically 4 because we skipped a week. And the Golden Knights have only lost 2 games. And it's been 3 straight episodes that they have not lost.
Not lost the game.
How does it feel? How are things in Sandy, Nevada?
I am on cloud 9.
For Jack Eichel, I get it.
I am. That was not intentional, but you're right.
Yeah. Could have said cloud 61 for Mark Stone, but Jack Eichel better.
Yeah, I'm great. Like I said, I talked about this last week, so I won't get into too much detail. Going into this road trip, 5-game road trip, I said I need 3 wins. They went ahead and gave me 4 already, and they got
Miguel.
Buffalo
Quick question.
Tomorrow.
Quick question. Is 4 more than 3?
4 is more than 3.
Breaking news. All right.
Breaking news. Then today, from when you're listening to this, hopefully when we upload, but we're playing Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo has been good. Not great, but they've been good. I fully expect Vegas to lose. And I'm not trying to jinx. I'm not trying to be a downer, but it's been a road trip. They look tired.
You keep saying this, though. You said Ottawa's the game they're going to lose. Montreal's the game they're going to lose. Toronto is the game they're going to lose because they've never won there before. And Miguel, you're an idiot. Yeah. You've been wrong all 3 times.
Yes, true. But this time, if I had to put my money on which game they're going to lose if you told me they're only going to lose 1 on the road trip, I would have said Buffalo because
you're a goddamn liar. You would have said Montreal.
No.
You would have said Montreal.
Either way, the reason I say they're going to lose today, yesterday, whenever you looked at it.
You love being wrong, apparently.
The whole thing about playing your ex-players. Every time Golden Knights want to win the big one for their teammate, or like Fleury against Pittsburgh year 1, they go out there and they lose. So Vegas is on an 8-game win streak, and let's be honest, the win streak's got to come to an end.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be great to win 9 in Buffalo for number 9, Jack Eichel?
That would be phenomenal. But like I said, Vegas is they've been getting closer and closer to losing every game, it feels like. And Buffalo's been playing good. And I feel like Alex Tuck, even though he's been struggling, and Peyton Krebs, is going to light us up somehow.
Alex Tuck's been fine, Miguel. He's been fine. Look up Alex Tuck's numbers. Tell me what's disappointing. What is disappointing for Alex Tuck? Look, Miguel, I'll give you this. I'll give you that the only Vegas should be Buffalo. You know what I mean? On
they
roster,
should. I agree.
Roster for roster, weight class for weight class. But do you think this game means more for Buffalo, right? It means more for the Sabres.
Okay, maybe not struggling. But...
See, I told you. Alex Tuck is fine. I had him on my fantasy a little bit. You currently have him on your fantasy team.
Peyton Krebs is struggling though. He only has 2 points.
He's young. It doesn't matter. I'm not sure how many minutes he's getting, but he's fine.
Tage Thompson's young, and that kid's tearing it up.
Yeah, but also he sucked for like 3 years. It sometimes takes a while. Look at Gabriel Bellardi from the Kings.
Oh, he's been phenomenal.
Second in goals in the NHL, only behind Connor McDavid.
We'll get to him in
but I'll say, is that a motivator? Like the fact that this 100% means more for Buffalo than it does for Vegas?
Yeah, I think so. Because especially, I mean, Jack Eichel and Buffalo, that relationship did not end well. You know what I mean?
No, we saw it the first time they played together. That whole
It's
what
the
is it? When he
loudest I've heard
laughed,
this
yeah,
arena. Yeah.
oh, yeah. Come
If
on,
I knew it took me leaving for them to get to get this loud, I would have left sooner. I think
yeah.
is what he
Jack
said.
Eichel very pissy. He's gonna be pissy again
Yeah.
because I'm assuming the same reaction is gonna happen again.
I will say this. It's weird though. So like this time around, last time when they went, no Mark Stone, no Max Pacioretty. Eichel had just came back from his surgery. It was like his 4th or 5th game. Did not have a good game. Vegas lost that game.
He got the
This
puck
year,
lifted right off him for the empty net goal.
yeah, this year, much healthier, much better. And Eichel's looking like his old self, and he's looking happy, and he's scoring, and he's leading the team in points. But Buffalo also looks much better this year than they did last year. So it's kind of like, we'll see. On paper, Vegas is a better team. They should walk in there and beat them like 5-1. Reality, we'll see what the hockey gods say. And the longer the streak gets, the more negative I will get about thinking they're gonna lose. You know what I mean?
You're the opposite.
Because it's gotta come to an end eventually.
If I get a 5-game winning streak going, you're never losing again.
Vegas is not going 80-2. They may go 79 and they may go 79-3, but they're not going 80-2.
You should believe your team.
What would you do if Vegas went 80-2? It's impossible.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
It
would be like whatever. Do it in the playoffs.
I'd be so insufferable, and then they get bounced out in the first round. That'd be miserable.
Remember what happened to Tampa? That's exactly what's gonna happen.
They got sweat, right? The year they won the Presidents?
Yeah. They had the best regular season of all time and then won 0 playoff games. It happens. Clinching early is sometimes not great for people in the playoffs.
It's one thing I always say. I know it's not hockey. I always talk about this with Mexican soccer.
Football.
So often, more often than none, whoever is el super líder, the super leader, first place in the playoffs, like literally, like 70%, it's like super high of them losing in the first round. Because the problem what happens when you clinch so early, you kind of relax to the end of the season.
I mean, you see it all the time in other sports too. Baseball, the Dodgers, your Los Angeles Dodgers.
Exactly. Fucking record season. And what do? They lose to the
but also
freaking Padres.
But also sometimes it doesn't matter. Look at the Houston Astros this year. They also had that bye round.
Yeah, I think they were the second best team in the league. And
then last season in the NFL, you had the Packers who got a bye week.
I don't know. Did we check if there was any trash can lids?
It took 3 years last time to find out if they were cheating. So you gotta wait.
Wait.
We're coming for you, Astros.
You're not getting away with this, Astros. We're finding out what you did this year.
But like it happens in sports. Like last year, the Packers I think they were the 1 seed, got bounced off in the first round.
So you're best team in the league. That's freaking amazing. But guess what? This isn't the English Premier League. There's playoffs. Most points doesn't win you the cup here, unfortunately.
Well, it wins you a trophy. Except no one cares about it.
One cares about.
Honestly, Miguel, we should care about the President's Trophy because it's hell of an achievement. I agree. But it's too many jokes of just nothingness.
Yeah, but so yeah, you're good. You get in. You're qualified back in February, so you're coasting at the end. While these bottom feeders freaking fighting, struggling, playing essentially playoff hockey to end the season. To just grasp onto that final 8, 7, maybe even wild card spot. So they come in fighting, they come in hot, they come in playing some of the best hockey that they've played all year. And then they go get someone that's just been relaxing. So of course, like Tampa, they got dummied out in 4.
Yeah.
Doesn't always happen.
Miguel, do you know the last team to win the President's Trophy? To win the Stanley
Cup? I don't know.
It would be your 2013-14 Chicago Blackhawks during the.
I was literally about to say, I imagine it was season. Like 10 years ago.
It was a strike shortened season too.
So it doesn't count.
Not really. But like it's complicated. Like look, Vegas is going great. They have no signs of slowing down. But Miguel, you know how it is. You could feel great. It all takes one bad turn.
True.
So, but it's consistency. Like we talked about it.
I appreciate that at least they're racking up this many points early.
Yeah. And maybe that matters, maybe it doesn't. Like it just we'll see by the end of it. You can't remember, Miguel, you can't win the playoffs in October, November, but you can lose them.
You can.
And look, as your division rival, we can transition over to me if you want.
The LA Kings, third in the Pacific, right behind Seattle, which is a big shocker. And we'll talk about them right after this. But LA Kings, they're getting their shit together. They're getting their shit together.
Yeah. More up and downness. They had a win yesterday against the goddamn Minnesota Wild, 1-0. Miguel, I hate playing against the Wild. I don't care. I don't care who's in charge. I don't care what players they have, whether it's Ryan Suter and Zach Parise or Kirill Kaprizov. Regardless of that goddamn roster, I understand the first game we played against Minnesota was an outlier because it was 7-6 and stupid.
Yes. Was it anonymous?
Our fucking games are goddamn boring. Holy shit! If someone gave me the option, Miguel, I think I hate the Minnesota Wild more than I do the Sharks or the Ducks. Because at least
how boring they are.
At least when I watch the Sharks and Ducks play, I feel something. When we play the Minnesota Wild, I want to claw my eyes out from how boring our games are.
Legitimately, this is not a joke. This is not a bit. Whenever Vegas plays the Minnesota Wild, I think most games outside of the playoffs and like the 2 I've been to, I don't watch those games. They're boring. They're boring.
I don't know what is it about them. I hear things to the contrary. Like, oh, they got Kaprizov now and they're cool. Yeah, Kaprizov is cool.
Yeah, he
kind of sucks. It's boring. And I'm sure if you watch the Wild, you enjoy your team. So congratulations. But man,
yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. If I had a boring team, I wouldn't mind it as long as.
I mean, I watched the 2010 LA Kings. Man, that was nothing but boring. It was fucking 2-1 hockey. You know what I mean? But if you give me the option, Miguel, like the Kings and the Wild play 3 times every year. If you were like Erick, you don't have to play the Minnesota Wild ever again, but you do have to start the year 0-3 for the 3 games you're missing. I'd be like, I'll take the 0-3. Just never let me fucking put me through that ever again. But yeah, more up and down. They're 3-1-1 in their last 5. Pretty good. Wins over the Blues and the Panthers. Again, suck at Eastern Conference. Again, undefeated against the Atlantic this year. So all this fucking talk about the East being better, the Atlantic Division being so much better. Toronto, sit your ass down. Florida, sit your ass down. Tampa Bay, sit your ass down. Anybody else?
I mean, Vegas did just beat Toronto, Montreal,
easy,
Ottawa,
easy. Fucking bottom feeders in the goddamn Atlantic.
Only 2 losses. Western Conference team, 1 in the Pacific.
Surprise. We also haven't really played that many people besides like us in Calgary in the Pacific.
I know.
I think you played the Sharks once, no?
Yes,
we haven't played the Ducks or the Sharks at all. Like it's been weird, but I guess they're getting all their travel out of the way early.
We've played Ducks, Sharks, Kings, Seattle, Flames, Calgary Flames.
Oh, you played way more Pacific Division teams.
Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, and then we got Buffalo tomorrow.
Yeah,
and I think that is everybody. I'm trying to think of. There's one more away.
We've only played 2. The Kings have only played 2 Pacific Division teams, and that was in the first 2 games against you and Seattle. Weird, but also, by the way, Miguel, I also have another bone to pick with the NHL. What's up with people coming after my Los Angeles Kings? We had Matthew Tkachuk, wrong Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk of the Florida Panthers try to blind Jonathan Quick.
Brady, not a piece of shit. Not yet. We're aware of.
Not yet. And we had a Kirill Kaprizov take a swing at my boy Doughty. Got a major for it. Ejected from the game yesterday. What's going on, Miguel? Why do people hate my Los Angeles Kings?
I don't know. It's weird.
Clean. We're physical.
What a
humble
dirty
team.
What a shit dirty play though. You know what I mean?
Which one? The Tkachuk play or the Kaprizov play?
The Tkachuk. I didn't see the Kaprizov one.
I showed it to you. He swung around, tried to punch Doughty in the face.
Okay. That's so first Matthew Tkachuk.
Yeah,
dirty piece of shit. Why are you fucking sticking your stick?
It's so slimy too, because he does it and then he walks away. He turns his stick into the mask and he just walks away. A bastard.
It's one thing to like pat smack, stick tap the pads
in the eyes.
But You don't ever
Yeah, you don't text him ties.
stick face. No, never.
Yeah, come on. He deserved those 2 games he got.
Kaprizov, dirty hit, but at the same time, it looks like Drew swings at Kaprizov's face first and misses.
No, you got to watch the whole thing. You got to watch the whole fucking clip.
Kaprizov retaliates. Does not hit him in the face though. It's all punches.
He gets him with the glove.
Yeah, but not the stick though. The stick doesn't catch the face. But it is still a dirty hit and looks painful because.
To be fair, the original, I think the original call was for high sticking, but the major and the match penalty was for intent to injure. Because even though he missed, that's not a hockey play at all.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
Also, the NHL basically, and the refs have basically established any sort of cross checking is kind of a hockey play, even though there's a penalty called cross checking, Miguel.
Yeah,
that they should probably call way more often. But I mean, it's fine. I like, for me personally, I probably wouldn't call it a major. But the refs on the TV and all the announcers and the analysts all agreed it should have been because of the intent behind it. So who am I to disagree? Also, the Kings didn't even score for fucking 5 minutes because I don't know.
I mean, from a professional, not a major.
Major expert Miguel Nunez. By the end of the year, we should just have you round up all the major penalties and you just give our final verdict on all of
Yeah, I just run through them like major, not a major.
Major, not a major. Yeah. But no, Kings are good. Still inconsistent. They lost to like Chicago in overtime for some reason. They got blown out by Dallas last week. But they're fine. They're young still. The defense still an ass. But yesterday felt good that they won a 1-0 game. Because they keep basically allowing 4 goals a game for the past who knows what. Like the game against the Panthers was 5-4. Like, it's cool that they can score. I'm in a completely, like, to quote Aladdin, a whole new world for me. I don't think I've ever had a Kings team that can actually score like this.
I mean, that's fine, yeah, for sure.
Dave Velarde, like I said, second in the NHL in scoring goals.
Crazy.
Only behind my best fantasy hockey draft, Connor McDavid. So it's kind of insane how well he's been playing and how pretty good he's played with Kopitar and Kempe.
I was looking at Connor McDavid's stats the other day.
It's stupid.
It's unfair. So unfair.
What is it, like 24 points in 12 games or something like that?
27. Draisaitl has 24.
That's so dumb. This is why I give shit to Dan and like everybody who's an Oilers fan. Because it's not fair. Let's be honest. It's not fair. I have Connor McDavid on my fantasy team, and Miguel, let me tell you, it's not fair that I lucked into the number 1 pick and was able to cheat with Connor McDavid all year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, recently traded for Cale Makar, Miguel. What do you think about that?
I saw that. Good for you, man.
McDavid Makar again? Not bad. Also picked up Jesper Bratt. My fantasy team is pretty good. Sorry about your last 2 losses, Miguel. Heartbreaking.
And I'm probably going to lose this week, but it's whatever.
Oh. It's time to sell. Sell at the deadline, Miguel.
So, yeah. So I got to pack it up. I got to look to next season.
Next season.
It's a little interesting fact. That was a little fun fact. Going into today's game of Washington, I mean, are you done with the Kings, right?
Go Kings, go. You do well. Please play defense.
Going into today's game, Penguins versus Capitals, Alex Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby were actually tied in points going into this game.
Really?
I don't remember how much it was, but it was a lot.
Really? What are the odds? Yeah. What are the odds of that happening? Especially because
I know, right?
Especially because I'm assuming like Ovechkin is at like what 600 and whatever goals. Like their totals to get to the point total has to be so different in terms of like goals and assists. Because that's honestly kind of insane that they would play each other with the same amount of career points.
So okay, I got the stats right here. Ovechkin played 1,288 games. Sidney Crosby only played 1,120 because if you know, a lot of concussions.
Yep.
Yeah. Goals for Alex Ovechkin, 788.
Man, I'm kind of disrespecting fucking Ovechkin saying he only had 600.
While Sidney Crosby sits at 523. Alex Ovechkin, 635 assists. For a total of 1,423 points. And Sidney Crosby 900
Oh my
assists
god.
with also 1,423 points. They did play. The game already ended, and one player has taken the lead, and that would be
Sidney Crosby?
Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
He got an assist today on a 4-1 victory over the Capitals.
Also, come on, Ovi, you got to score for Miguel. All right, Miguel, a proud member of your fantasy team. Ovechkin not giving you anything. By the way, Miguel, I don't know if I can use this space to negotiate, but
Yes.
when you're ready to give up on Alex Ovechkin and trade him to me, holler at your boy. I'll make you a good deal. I'll make you a good offer.
Kill McCart.
I'm not giving you Kill McCart.
Another interesting, real quick, while I'm at, because I was looking at the stats.
Now you're just on fire.
Ovechkin 755 penalty minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Crosby 739.
Wow.
Almost identical.
Wow.
Everything else is pretty like far away from each other.
Yeah,
But I thought that was interesting.
that's pretty good. Also, congratulations to Alex Ovechkin, who passed Gordie Howe for most goals on one team last week.
Congratulations, yes. I know
Ovechkin.
he listens to us first thing in the morning every week.
Yeah, hi Ovi, how's it going? I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. Stop supporting Putin if you could. That'd be great. But other than that, you're fun to watch. Those reverse retros for the Caps look cool. Good job.
Yeah, I'll say that. Once I saw them on ice on their bodies, the Screaming Eagle looks much better than in photo.
Oh, if we're talking about reverse retros, and eventually we're gonna rank these because I want to see more of them on the ice. Because I think,
yeah, I agree.
Because I think personally,
you can't
Miguel,
truly.
you need to see the pants.
You gotta
need to see the pants. Because
let me tell you,
Let me tell you, Buffalo, those white pants, not great. Not great, Buffalo. Your jersey, cool. White pants, not a great idea. Trust me, the Kings have done it once. Never again. Never again will they wear white pants. But
don't poop yourself.
I think they're the only ones so far that I've been like, ugh, like altogether just does not look good. Arizona,
Yes.
great reverse retro.
So we got 2 more pieces of news before we get out here.
Okay.
First one we'll get into. I want to end it on a lighter note, so we'll go into first. Evander Kane.
Oof, that one was ugly.
Got a cut laceration on the wrist. Got stepped on by Pat Maroon, right?
Yep. Pat Maroon.
Will be out 2 to 3 months, right?
3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months. I didn't watch the video. I don't like watching that kind of stuff.
I did watch the video. You should not watch this video. It's not good. You don't see like much, but the amount of blood in it, do not watch it if you hate blood.
Concerning, yeah.
But it's his reaction more than anything that you're like, this is disturbing because it's the reaction of someone, oh shit, this is not good. I need help. You know what I mean? The way he got off the ice like that. Look, Evander Kane, checkered past. We've talked about it before. I've talked about it with Dan. Can we not use that as a way to shit on a guy for getting fucking cut across the wrist?
I know. Like, if anyone said he deserves it, fuck you. No one deserves that.
No. You can call him a piece of shit. You can call him an asshole. Don't wish injury on people. Like, it's basic decency. But oh my god, that is probably one of the nastiest recent injuries that we've seen. And good job, medical staff from people. But oof, yeah, don't watch that if you hate blood easily.
On to the last piece of news of the week, unless I'm forgetting something.
I'll think about it for you.
Ryan Reynolds wants in on the Ottawa Senators.
Have you seen his show on FX? Because he recently bought
Welcome to work, Wrexham.
Yeah, he bought a what is it, Division 5 English team? Or
yes,
technically it's Welsh team, but in the English.
Great show.
Good show.
I haven't finished it. Although I did look at the results of that season. So.
Did you see it before the final episode?
Yeah, because I haven't finished it. I haven't watched the whole show.
Okay. Yeah, I went to it like, I know I can look up the results for this leag, but I'm not going to spoil it for myself. And
I spoiled it I'm still going to watch the rest of it.
So
eventually.
Good. Yeah, so good.
It is so good. I mean, they're just so likable. Him and I always forget his name. The guy from
Rob McElhenney from It's Always Sunny.
Thank you. I love. It's Always Sunny is one of my favorite shows. That show's so funny.
It's good. You know what my favorite thing about It's Always Sunny is that Nicole can't watch it because it's one of the rare shows that actually physically makes her cringe. and
Oh
she hates
wow.
the awkwardness behind it. Like she can't stand it. It's
Oh,
like
it's so good.
it's almost like you ever seen someone watch a scary movie and they're like, nope, I just want to leave and run away and peace out because I hate
Yeah.
this. It's that. It's the exact same like guttural like flight or what is it? Flight or flight? Fight or flight?
Fight or
Yeah,
flight. Yeah.
nailed it. Reaction of like, I just want
I wonder.
I don't want to be awkward for them.
I wonder where that expression comes from. Like, what is?
Fight or flight?
Yeah.
Probably saw two birds. Why did one? There's two birds. One of them came at me right in a box. The other one just took off.
Yeah. So I mean, he wants to be a partial owner, of course, not a full owner. It's interesting. I mean, people are
He was even
excited.
making late night rounds talking about it.
Yeah.
And shout out to him for making Gary Bettman say the word sugar daddy and sugar mommy at a press conference.
So it's gonna happen, right? It seems like it's gonna happen.
I don't know. It's weird.
He was at the game. They
I
made
could see him.
They focused on him at the game.
Yeah,
Like
they did. They stopped. They gave him like a salute during the
yeah.
benches, like he used to play for them, and he's a legend coming back. Amazing. Like man. I think definitely some teams look like some billionaire is looking at buying this team, and they're like, this Ryan Reynolds is a good spokesperson. Like he
exactly
does a minority
exactly.
or
And that's exactly what's gonna happen. A billionaire is gonna buy the team, and they're gonna cut him in a piece because why wouldn't you want Ryan Reynolds as the face? You know what I mean?
yeah.
The only thing that's gonna get annoying if he buys in is you're gonna see a bunch of Deadpool stuff with Ottawa, and it's just like
You already have. Someone redid the Senators logo.
I know, and I'm like, I get it, I do get it, and I love Deadpool, but Ryan Reynolds is more than just Deadpool, guys. Like, can we stop with this?
He was in Waiting.
Classic.
He was in Just Friends.
Classic.
He was in what else was he in?
He was in Green Lantern.
That terrible X-Men movie.
What X-Men movie was he in?
I don't know. Wasn't it
Oh, Wolverine Origins.
Yeah, that one. Yep.
Yes.
His mouth was all closed at the end of it.
He's also in the upcoming movie called Spirited. I watched that on Monday.
He's also one of those actors that are just himself in the movie, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and I love it. He has this Netflix movie, like the Kevin Project or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's really freaking good. Like genuinely really good. I recommend
Maybe
it.
I'll watch it now.
Any last news you want to get to?
A Dustin Brown statue, Miguel.
When is that?
I have some. It's February 23rd, but I have some beef to pick out with also Ottawa apparently.
What now? Who hurt
and the
your
rest of Canada,
now?
Canadian media.
Who hurt your feelings now, Daniel? Eric.
So, are we gonna play with Daniel? Hold on.
I don't know why.
Are we gonna play with Daniel NHL after this?
Yes. I gotta shower first.
I'm excited for him to listen to this, and then be like, we played back then.
Yes. Okay.
The Ottawa Senators announced Chris Neil is getting his jersey retired. All right.
Who?
Exactly. Apparently, Neil was a defenseman. He had 112 goals, 138 assists, 2,522 penalty minutes in 1,026 career games over 15 seasons with Ottawa. I never want to hear Dustin Brown slander again for getting a statue. Again, statues and jersey retirements should only matter to the fucking franchise it goes to. Yeah. I don't know what connection the Ottawa Senators have to Chris Neil, just like they don't know the connection that I have to Dustin Brown. But if Dustin Brown doesn't deserve to have his jersey retired,
neither does
on numbers alone, Chris Neil doesn't, and Dustin Brown raised the cup twice, at least. So
I agree.
I didn't see the outcry from the people that I follow on Twitter about fucking making fun of Dustin Brown. No one's making fun of goddamn Chris Neil. No one. And they shouldn't, because this only matters to Ottawa Senators fans. And if you loved Chris Neil, great for you. This is a great moment for them and the franchise. But never again. Dustin Brown slander will stop.
How many retired jerseys does Ottawa have?
They're not that old either. They're from like the early 90s. It'd be Alfredson is one of them.
He's the third player.
So it's Alfredson, and who's the other one?
Chris Phillips.
and Daniel Alfredson, and now Chris Neal.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're all well deserved.
I think it's those things, especially with these franchises that might not have the
lineage
that some of the older teams, the OG 6 teams, will have. Like, it's cool and nice to have retired jerseys, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't want an abundance, but you want some. And I think this is one of those. Like, hey, this Chris Neal guy.
Yeah. He probably meant a lot to Ottawa. I couldn't tell you who he was.
I could, yeah.
But I saw his career. I saw his career numbers, and I'm like, Dustin Brown's way better than that. Dustin Brown's at least like first or second in a lot of Kings categories.
Vegas is only 6 years old, and no one deserves to get their jersey retired. But boy, am I looking forward to the first time a Golden Knights jersey gets retired.
Miguel, quiz time. What number is retired was Vegas?
81.
No, it's 58.
58. Sorry. Yes, I know.
Yeah, shout out to the October 1st.
81. That's Marchessault. I'm a fucking idiot.
Marchessault. I do think like doing that kind of stuff that ties into your community for like the impact that had on Vegas and having that stuff. Seattle though, retiring 32 before they even started a game because of the 32,000 ticket deposits they had.
Stupid.
That's dumb.
That's stupid.
Minnesota
Wild, the one. For the number one fan, stupid.
Come on, get out of here. Those two I have issues with.
I can see Vegas if they, and this is a big if they win a cup. You know who I think will be the first retired jersey in Vegas Golden Knights history?
Mark Stone.
No.
Damn it.
I think if we win a cup, if these people stay together, I think they'll retire all 3 Misfits together. Just because they're the only ones that remained, and they meant so much.
Wow, that is disrespectful to Braden McNabb.
I mean, you're right, but I'm not
and
saying
William Carrier.
This is not what I'm saying they should do. I could see them doing it just because that line has always been so good. And always been together. And if they manage to win a cup, and I look like I'm Italian now, if they manage to win a cup and they manage to stick together until they retire, all of them, and they don't go anywhere else, I could see that one happening. Not to say that I think they should, but I could see it. You know what I mean? The Misfits, they're.
I mean, at minimum,
you're right.
At minimum, you do like a Ring of Honor thing.
Yeah, you're right though. Like the Shea Theodore, Braden McNabb, William Carrier. They are still there from year one. But whenever they talk about Misfits, whenever they talk about year one, they only ever talk about Smith, Marchessault, Carlson, which they had another shorthanded goal we talked about last week. They had another one this week against Toronto.
Yeah, like I don't know. It'll be.
We'll see.
I honestly don't know who. Like it should have been Fleury.
Oh,
it should have been Fleury.
If that shit never happened, regardless of cup or not, it would have been Fleury when he retired.
Yeah. Now
100%.
Now you get
an honorable window though.
Now you get an honorable mention. Maybe 10 years from now, we're like, thanks, Fleury, you did it. You're welcome to the Ring of Honor or whatever they do to like, not the jersey retirement, but the like right below. Just acknowledge. It's
so crazy because I talked about this like with my brother and buddies. If that shit never went down, 1, he gets his jersey retired. 2, he probably gets the first and maybe only statue in front of T-Mobile Arena. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't be like us giving statues away, just fucking left and right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We can't give them to everybody. Plus, T-Mobile Arena isn't like as big as Staples Center or Crypto Arena is.
I mean, there's a bunch of shit around it too, you know, like.
Because the problem, the like 3/4 of the T-Mobile Arena is just tiny sidewalk next to the street. It's only the front part, what they call the park. It's a big open space. But I think we would have gotten the sick Fleury statue there. But then it all went to shit. You know what I mean?
Now he hates you.
Now he hates us.
Swords in him, just bleeding all over the place. But anywho, no more Dustin Brown slander. If I swear to God I hear one more fucking thing about Dustin Brown getting a statue, I'm going to punch somebody.
There you have it. Don't make Erick punch you.
No, don't.
Either way, guys, I'm Miguel, and y'all can find me at Miguel Kicks all over the internet. YouTube.com, look up Collectors Lobby. I got a new video today, probably coinciding with this podcast.
Wow.
And my biggest card pull ever next Tuesday. So look out for that. Erick, where can the people find you?
This felt good, Miguel. I missed you. Felt good. I felt like a lot of energy out. So this felt good.
I know.
You can find me Twitter, Instagram. Well, Twitter's still alive. Who the fuck knows? Underscore Erick Rihanna. Underscore ERICKORELLANA. What else do we got, Miguel? YouTube. Subscribe to YouTube. Pacific Revision. Help us.
Pacific Revision on YouTube. Yeah.
Help us get our custom URL. If you like to hear us, if you ever want to watch our pretty faces,
I'll say this.
Here's your spot.
I'm gonna put this out in the atmosphere,
in the ether, world.
In the ether. If this podcast ever blows up, and we ever get a silver play button on YouTube, I don't care where I'm at, what I'm doing in my life, I will quit my job.
All right, finally, but audience of the
you
Pacific
have
Revision
it here on audio and video.
You don't know how much that means to me.
I ever get a silver play button for this channel or even Collector's Lobby, I'm quitting my job. That day.
God,
I'm quitting my job that day.
God, I'm gonna celebrate like the Stanley Cup. Like I just won the Stanley Cup the day that happens. I was about to say we do have a couple hundred play videos on YouTube that we should be proud of, and
yeah, I'm proud of it.
I'm ready to work harder than I ever have for anything in my life.
Oh, I know, me too. I'm like, we're gonna get a lot more serious on this and more stuff.
But for now,
way for
Miguel,
those.
Hold on, Miguel. Send us home. You can't cut off my line. I have one line here.
Say it again.
Send us home, Miguel.
Either way, for anyone still listening, still watching, thank you so very much. I really, really do appreciate, and I really, really do hope you guys have a wonderful day. For me and Erick here at the Pacific Revision, we hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.
Happy God of War week. Miguel, give him a boy before we go.
Boy.
Oh, that was pretty good.